Good morning, everybody. Chuck here. I am fixing a Sakai bug. We're going to see how this goes. I'm just going to be live streaming my coding, and it's going to be slow moving. I don't have it all scripted. I don't know what I'm going to do. If you're interested in like Sakai stuff, there's a link in the description. And so here we go. I have no idea if anyone's going to watch this or not. Okay, so off we go. Let's get the camera set up. There I am in the slight lower left-hand corner. I may have put myself in the lower right-hand corner because I think that's where I'm watching. Because it doesn't much matter. I think I should be over here then. Let's be over here. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. See, I'm kind of looking up. Okay, I like that as the setup. One of these days, I'll show you all my streaming setup. I got a one-click stream. I got a handheld camera, but today it's time to drink some coffee and start coding. So let's see here. So let's take a look at this bug, SAK-49661. This is a follow-on to a new feature, really. I kind of cleaned up the user interface for Sakai 25. There's this place in Sakai where there's these things called placements, and LMSs have been doing this in general. Canvas kind of took the lead on this, and the rest of us are kind of following. I think Canvas did a really nice job on that. And so I'm just kind of catching up with Canvas on this. This is a weird thing I had to transition for a long time because we started with no placements and they showed up everywhere, and then I started reducing them, and I finally decided for Sakai 25 to just make the placements work. And the basic tool here, let's go into my Sakai. I got my Sakai locally up and running, so you can see my log over here. I'll make that a little bigger. We love the logs. Okay, so let's log in. Do I have a C7 account on this one? Oh, what's that? Huh? What is wrong with that? Oh, there's something that Hibernate does that annoys me. Let's hope that I don't get stuck with that too badly. Let's go into a website. I'll go into a website, go into site info. And it has to do with like this manage tools thing. It used to be all the external tools were down here under a page, and now the external tools are supposed to show up here. Okay, now I'm going to log in as admin in a private window so that I can see what LTI tools I have on here. Let's take a look in the administration workspace. Let's take a look at the LTI tools. What do I got? I got Python for Everybody installed here, the Pure Grader installed here. That's my Sakai Plus loopback test. Let's see here. So this pi for e, let's see. This pi for e is not allowed to be placed at site level navigation. It's allowed to go all these places, but not site level navigation. And if you look at the bug, and Andrea did a super job on this, super job. I already watched it, but I guess we can watch it. So Andrea already made a video. She's amazing at making extremely short videos that just kind of leave no doubt that there is a bug. So let's watch.
I'm testing the LTI placements, and I found an issue. I've got a sheet here which tells where I added.
She is amazing. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to stop that, but she is just amazing. Just her dedication to QA and communicating to us developers, because she tests things I just don't think to test, and so that's why she's amazing, and that's why a human being is so valuable. What we could use more automated testing. We could use automated testing in Sakai, but really the automated testing should follow Andrea's lead because of her obsession with testing use cases that take a long time to set up, that we developers don't always check. And so you'll see she found it on, I fixed it on one screen, there's another screen that's not fixed. Let's just listen to Andrea for a bit.
and it would be only trophies only selectable from lessons. And I'm going to open that up and show. I've only got that box checked for lessons.
Ah, dang it, it won't. I can't pause it.
Lessons.
Okay, pause here. Okay, so the key thing there is, the key thing is that it's not selected here. Now you saw mine in my testing. I had all these guys selected. The allows tool to be placed in site navigation. That's the one that is the bug right now. So the key thing is when that's not checked, it's not supposed to show up a certain set of places. So let's keep listening to Andrea here.
I have an existing site that I just created this morning. And if I go into site info, since the site's been created, and manage tools, it is not showing up now.
This is what I tested.
When I first created the site,
and it works.
It was in the list of tools.
This is what doesn't work.
Show that.
This is what doesn't work. Create new site. Must be a different screen or something that I didn't fix.
Okay, for some reason, everything's locked up right now. There we go. Okay, and as you can see, trophy should only have been selectable from lessons, but when you create a course, it is available here.
Yep, that's the bug.
Once I finish creating the course, then it no longer shows up. I don't know what'll happen if I select it now, if it'll work from the nav.
It's going to work. The key thing is it's just not supposed to show up here. So, okay, let's go after it. So now let's reproduce it in mine. Let's make sure. No, let's go back to the private. Let's go. Okay, so the key thing there is I've got to reproduce this with that box allowed tool to be placed in site level navigation. Site level navigation is this left nav for us. And so what she says is that when I go to a new screen, make a new site, I didn't properly filter the tools. That's really what's going on. Is I got this mechanism of filter tools, and there's apparently two screens, not one, where I got to get the filter right. Okay. Okay, so let's dive in. So now I have to find where in my 1 jillion lines of code of Sakai. It's probably in Site Manage. And it's probably in holy mackerel. There's a lot of Java in here. Star, action, star. So in these old velocity style tools, the controller code is in site action. I'm going to guess it's going to be in site action. Although this is probably not where we're going to. I'll just leave that in a tab. So let's go into what Andrea said was the problem, and that is when I make myself a new site, work site setup, new site. She makes course sites, I always make project sites because as a developer it's quicker. Okay, boom. I won't do that. Okay. I got a text. I won't do that again. Okay. So what I have to find is pi4e. Wait a second. Okay, now that's interesting. pi4e is not showing up here. Back. Well, let's go in here and let's edit these guys to exactly the way that, see, this is, again, she's awesome, right? We're going to make it to be exactly where she did it So that means it's not exactly what I guessed in the first place. So now I've changed that config to be exactly the config that caused the bug. So let's go continue. Come on, Pie-Free, show up, show up, show up. It's not there. What did we do wrong? What's going on? What is going on? Let's go back. It's only for lessons. Oh, I think this is the problem. I think she had, let's check. Let's go look at her again. Let's go back. Let's go back. Let's go back. Let's go back. Let's go way back. Okay, here we are. God bless America. I can't hit the space bar to play the thing. I hate their dialogue. Okay, stop, pause. Okay, so we got to set this exactly the way. Now that's interesting. That suggests that, because I had this thing here, that suggests that maybe the site manager is looking at this checkbox and putting it in. Again, we'll fix it. We'll find it. First, we got to find it. When we find it, it should be quick to fix, or that famous last word. So I have got to make it so it's only that one, and I hit the save button, and then I go back to where I was, and I'm going to hit the back button, literally the back button, and let's see if Pie-Free shows up now. Come. Grrr! It didn't show up. What am I doing wrong? It can be LTI resource link launch.
I've only got that box checked for lessons.
Huh.
I have an existing site that I just created this morning. And if I go into site info, since the site's been created...
This might have to do with some state that's been loaded or something. So I am going to restart the entire site creation process. So I'm going to cancel this out. Create new site. Project site. I may have to create a course site. We'll see. That might be another thing. Remember I mentioned that I tend to only create project sites? It's not there. Damn it. I'm doing... It can't be related to what kind of a site it is. Back. Create course site. Oh, I can't even make a course site. Oh, I can make a course site. You're not a maintainer role in any course sections. Therefore, you cannot create course sites at this time. There's some setting that I'm sure that they put in their master things. See, that's why I never do course sites. But it looks like I've tried to reproduce this and done so unsuccessfully. I just don't understand. Okay, well, I'm going to go find the code. Let's go make a project site. I'm going to find this code. Let's go find this code. This code right here. Okay, so we're going to... I just got to find the velocity template where this baby is. View page source. Let's figure out what velocity template this is. Include site nav. We're not there yet. A lot of markup. I can't wait until we can turn some of this into web components. Start tool container, start tool header, end tool header, buffered tool body content. Okay. So, remove configure tool. So what I'm looking at here, I'm looking for something to grep for. Grep -R. Something that's relatively unique so that maybe I can find which velocity template this is sitting in. Nice. Okay. What do we got here? It looks like we've got exactly one tool group multiple display. I've got a feeling that's going to maybe come in. Well, let's just find that. And so what I want to do is I'm looking for the Java code that's running this, that's triggering that particular velocity template. And we got to find this one because it looks like a velocity template. Oops. A velocity template includes a velocity template, and sometimes there's some weird names here where they add some of these prefix and stuff, so I gotta see if I can find where this gets called in the Java code. That's what I'm trying to find. Where in the Java code? There we go. There we go. So now if I go into the Java code, which I have right here, edit tool group features. It looks like that's only done one place. Oh man, this is some nasty code. It looks like it's a switch statement. So edit tool group features is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh man, I'm sure there's a switch statement in here. This is not our best code. So we're looking at case 4. See, I told you. This is where, old school, know your cases. Let's find this. Case 4. There we go. Remove site state tool group list, get tool group. Oh man. See the site type there? And somehow this does something different on course sites, which is what I feared. Time to put a print statement in. Type equals type. We know what site we're in. GT equals group tools. So I like putting print statements in. I like putting them to the left nav so that system out println like jumps out at me in a get diff to like take that out. Oh, let's look get tools. No, get tools with a parenthesis. So one of the things I do is put the print statement in so I can find where that line was. Set the variables for the tool registration list based typo based on, and I always debate whether I should fix a typo, right? Because that's going to be a patch or something that gets backported and stuff like that. Okay. This is some crazy configurable stuff, okay? So one of the things I did here is I changed the default here is use separate external tools group. And so that's kind of nice. so this is the code that fixed that other JIRA where I found that there was code in there already, and I just changed the default from true to false to group all the LTI tools at the bottom. So it's just, that's how the whole thing there was. Yeah, so we're going to get require course nav placement. Now that's interesting. Let's put a print statement in. Yay! I don't know what. Let's just print a bunch of crap out, right? Can't hurt to print too many things. Equals. Ooh, I got a feeling. Look at this require course nav placement. Who put that in there? That looks like something I would write. Did I add this? Should this be false? Should the default there be false? I don't know. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to, let's see where we at here. We're in a tool, which is nice. So, where are we at? We're in Site Manage Tool.
And Manage Tools.
Oh, no.
It is not showing up.
Okay. There's like someone talking to me? No, that's just Andrea. Okay. So, require course line placement. I can recompile this because where I'm at is in a tool folder. Site manage tool. See tool. I got a pom.xml, so I've got this little script that compiles here and deploys up in a Tomcat automatically. It's called subset maven. It would see that it tells me what it's going to run. So now I'm compiling. I wrote that right? Yeah. So now I'm compiling this, and then we can watch in our log to see if it fires back up. Fires back up. Oh, come on. Watch the compile. No! Okay, I made a typo. Oh, I need an E there. And then I'm going to do print this, whatever this more info dir is. Let's compile it again. See if I get the compiler errors out. This is slow going. This is slow going, but part of what I like doing is doing it really, really slow, printing a bunch of stuff out. It's just I want my fix to be something I'm confident of. So now we should see Tomcat reloading that. Hello, dog. Oof. Hello. Are you coming in to help me live stream? Hey, maybe I can figure out how to show my dog with my cool handheld setup. I won't do that right now. Maybe I'll show you my dog if it takes long. Okay, so we reloaded that. Let's go out of here. I think we have we'll go back to that if we need to. So I'm going to go back to worksite setup at the very beginning, because sometimes if you reload a tool, this session for the tool gets a little messed up. So we're going to just kind of clear it all up. Make a project site. Zap. Can't even type zap. Okay, so here we go. Let's take a look at what we got here. So, group name is external tools. More info dir is whatever that is. Require course placement is true. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Okay, look at that. See how it's suspicious of this line of code? Require course nav placement true. But that should be true. And it is true in mine. Let's check something in my Sakai.properties. Let's see if I've got any of that set up. Let's go to Site Manage. Nope. So, okay. There goes a hypothesis. External group name. We're in a project site. And that's my tool list. Of course, I'm going to have to print that out a little better if I really, really feel like getting it. But let's just dig in a little bit here. So we've got this require course nav placement is true. So I don't quite know what we're doing here. Get LTI group, external group name. Use separate external tool group. I don't think that's true. If that was true, it would be down here. And we're, wait a sec. Wait a sec, are we printing? Oh, no, we're not printing external tools. Let's do this. System.out.println. Let's see if we're getting any external tools back. Chances are good we're going to get this. If this is an empty list, that is kind of what we're seeing in the. Now what's cool is I can compile that right away. I can clear my tail so I can see when that thing deploys. And while I am compiling that, I can take a quick look at get LTI tool group. And require course nav placement is true. We just printed it. I don't get it. Require course nav placement. Guild LTI tools launch course nav. Site ID. Okay, so that's in the LTI service. So that's nice. There's some kind of uglier code to do all the right queries in the database to get. Ooh, we can print what we got here. System.out.println. All tools. All tools. I just want to make sure we're coming through here. I sure hope. I just want to make sure we're coming through here because, like, I guess I'll print that site ID. If somehow the site ID is null, because this, what she is seeing is like get tools launch versus get tools launch course nav. So we'll see which ones these are. Site ID. Yeah. We'll see what we got. Let's just put another print statement here. Wait a sec. What? Oh, I see. Go put that down there. Okay, see what you do here is just recompile it because it deployed. But while we were fooling around, we found something fun and put some more print statements. This is my test. My test if when you put more print statements in. Okay, so let's watch this baby redeploy in Tomcat. And we are redeployed. And so let's go back and click on Worksite Setup again. Create new site. That looks pretty. Okay, so do we have Looper localhost is coming, so that's good. So look at that, Looper localhost. Looper localhost. But don't Pi free. Let's just take another look at this. So Looper localhost. That viewed. Looper localhost is the tool can receive an LTI resource link, and it can be allowed to be placed in site level navigation, and all these other guys are set on that guy. And so why? I just like this UI so much better. What am I doing here? Wait a sec. Oh, I'm a knucklehead. Oh no, it's supposed to only be in lessons, and this is supposed to not be there. Allow the tool to be placed in site navigation. Oh wait, okay, I'm confusing myself. Come back to Looper local. Oh god damn it. Looper localhost is supposed to be in site navigation, and it is. Okay, so that's got the checkbox. I don't know why I let these guys go in there. Well, it's just no. Leave that alone. So Looper local, so things are showing up, right? Let's make sure Pi free is the button text, the title text. Okay. Oh, I'm a knucklehead. It's got to be available on all sites. There you go. Duh. No wonder nothing's working very well. Command clear here. Dummy. It was not. So Looper localhost is. Oh god damn it. Yeah, site ID is blank, which means it's in all sites, and so that was why it wasn't showing up. The Pi free was not showing up because that was important. Dummy. Okay, window back. Worksite setup. Let's start over. Create new site. Project site. Continue. Zap. Something's going to happen. Something good's going to happen. Pi for E shows up. That's what we've been waiting for. Bugger. Now we got it reproduced. That's the hardest part. Like we've been going, how long? 34, 32. And I just reproduced it with a conveniently yummy set of print statements. And so now if we look at this, all these print statements we were chasing down, doesn't really matter because let's just make sure that it's going through. Oh crap. I lost my print statement there. Shoot. Well, I'm gonna print that for sure. I want to make sure I went through this line of code before I go debugging, because then my diving is going to dive into this code, but I do want to test that first, okay? Boop. I mean, it came back with a list, but I do want to make sure that before I start debugging the LTI service, I want to make sure that that it's really running get course tools launch nav. That will make me happier. So while we're doing that, let's go to Worksite Setup just to start a new tool session. Zap. Continue. Okay, let's see Pi4E, and there it is. And let's see it say required course placement. I want to see if it's going through. No, no. What's going on? See, that's interesting because it's calling it with that true, and yet I'm glad I did this. I'm glad I did this. And it doesn't come into here. Why? Is site really null in this situation? Yeah, that's not good because that's what's happening. It's getting tools launched. That's what's site is null? How can site be null at this point? Rawr. Okay, so maybe that's the bug. We were printing that out. Good thing I didn't cast aspersions on the code that I wrote. There we go. If site is null, how can site be null in this situation? We're in the middle of a site, and what, it doesn't seem to know? Hello, how can that be? Although I'm getting... I'm going to check because maybe it just never wants to call get tools launch in this situation. Oh no, require course nav placement. Well, we'll see. We'll see what's going on here and why that logic is this way. Did we compile? Did we deploy? Yes, we deployed. Okay, now let's go back. Yeah. A little too much hot deploy. Gets the session bollocksed. Let's see what we got. Zap. So Pi4E looper shows up and Pi4E shows up. And what am I looking at? I'm looking for site ID equals. No. Site equals. Site is null. Site is null. What the? How can site be null in this situation? Because we are in a site. We are in a site. So that's the problem. It's calling this. So I'm going to go take a look at this code right here. Just like, why could site ID be null here? How could site ID be null? Coming in here. Where were we at here? Let's go back to case 4. Site equals get state site. that's even running yet, but I'm gonna find another case 4. Oh, case 42, case 44. Okay, so let's see what we get. Case 4. Let's see where site happens up here. Let's go to the switch. Get state site, right there it is. Let's just compile it. So it's like I'm opening the onion and I'm wondering why the site value in state is not defined when we are in the middle, definitely in the middle of a site. And if it doesn't know what site we're in, it uses the lack of site as a signal to say, it uses the lack of a site to signal certain things as to whether or not you're creating a new one or not. And so in this code, it's thinking it's creating a new one. Yeah. I mean, I still probably am going to have to fix the code. I still am believing that it needs to, yeah. Okay, let's just go reproduce it. Get our log, watch our log here. Make a project site. Hey, at least it wasn't site type. That was nice. It's not the site type, which was freaking me out. Okay, let's look for the print statement that says switch. So before the switch, site is null. How can that frickin' be? It's supposed to. Why that's null in that chunk of code, in that context in the UI, I do not know. So that's really the problem. Get state and site. Is there such a thing as set state? Site. Set state site. Oops, quit it. Well, let's go look at get state site. This is not the Okay, that looks like some pretty smart code right there. Meaning that it's going to go to Tool Manager, get current placement, but for some reason it's not happening. What is going on here? Oh, auto context. What's auto context? What's auto context? Oh, see that? Auto context is false. So auto context is false because every time you just ask for it with no parameter up here, it goes to false. So auto context is not going to happen. I don't get it. So that auto context is not going to be true. As much as I find this super yummy, I don't know what's going to happen if I just turn on auto context. I'm sure it'll start working. The problem is I don't understand what other implications it might mean, so I got to figure that out. Okay. So we're going to find out where that is being set. Site instance ID, remove attribute, clean state, permissions, get attribute, get attribute, get attribute, get attribute, set attribute. Yeah, there we go. Save revised feature. Oh. Get state, save features, state site. Nobody ever puts true on the end of get state site. Am I going backwards? Back to site list. Get revised site. Okay, so oh wait! Oh wait! Oh wait! I wonder if anyone watching has figured this out. We are in the create new site, so site ID is supposed to be null. Site ID is supposed to be null. I think, by George, I think we got it. Let's go find that. Where are we at? Where are we going to? Get, let's say, get tools. Right, and so it's working. Get tools. Case, no, not that one. Is this my guy? No. It's this one. Get LTI tool group is all I'm looking for. Come on. Get LTI tool group. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, so site is supposed to be null. Duh, site is null. So the question becomes, and so that's in all sites. So that will be okay. So I'm going to say, after all this, I think I need to refactor this code. Doo-doot. Doo-doot. And so I think what I need to do here, doo-doot. I think that in a sense, this, if required course placement, is really if required course placement, I think that required course placement now has to be a kind of an outer if. Put that up here, boom. If required course placement. If we have a site, we should just grab that site ID right there. Boom. And so now at this point, site ID is right. And so if we are in course placement, we want to do this, require course placement. I'm sure I put that in so I could back off. And if someone like, oh, I don't want to do that anymore because I have 1 million tools and I don't quite want to do it that way. So now I think I go like this, boom, and I go like that. I think none of this matters. Okay, so basically what we're saying is that site ID is allowed to be blank. I'm pretty sure that Launch Course Nav can handle site ID blank. We'll verify that in about a second. I don't think I need all tools anymore. I don't need that print statement. So if I'm in require course nav placement, and this is kind of a legacy feature I put in so that, like, if after Sakai 25 someone said, oh no, I want to go back to I want everyone to show up in course placement, because that's how I've been running it for years. Again, this is kind of I'm making the placements actually have like oomph to them, right? I'm making these placements have oomph to them, where if which one's that one? That can't be it. Yeah, that's Looper. So Looper's going to show up, but if I go back to Pi4E is basically lessons only and not in site nav, so it's not supposed to show up. So what I did was I never tested this with a site ID of null, which is the initial creation, which is exactly what Andrea found. So I got a good feeling about this, that my bug is not in Git. That's not my LTI service bug. So let's compile and let's clear stuff. Oops. Clear, hide, and what we're going to see is if it's reproduced and correct, we are going to see that Pi4E does not show up when we're creating it, and then we got to verify that Pi4E does not show up when we're editing, because it already doesn't show up when we're editing, but we got to run all the code. Oh, Andrea, you're so awesome. Okay, let's go here. Let's go back to the beginning. Go to worksite setup, create new site, project site, zap, continue. Now, when it's all said and done, we're supposed to see Looper, but we're not supposed to see Pi4E. Yay, and we don't. Now what we got to do is we got to just verify one more time that when we go in here and we manage tools, which is site IDs non-null in this situation, we need to see that Looper shows up. Looper. H-I-J-K. Looper. Yep, that one I have it has in. I was testing that. And no Pi4E. So we got it. By George, I think we've got it. So now what we got to do is get ready to make a patch, because we are all cool. System.out.println. So this is where I put the system.outs in for debugging, and I just go start deleting them. I know, I'm sure I should use a debugger. You can teach me how to. No, I don't want to. I'm too old to learn debugger. System.out.println, I can do anything with it. Okay, so now I'm going to do a quick get diff to see if I snuck anything else bad in there, or if I deleted a line by mistake, and looks like the get is exactly where I am making that change, where I'm making the require course nav placement be the outer test. So let's just compile it. It has been 54 minutes. Oh, you do. Brent, hang on. Brent says that he can see me. Oh, my son is like, he can see you. Hang on. I'll ask him, am I cool? Okay, so I'll ask him. Hi, Brent. I got one viewer. It's my son, Brent. So he probably subscribes to me, and so we're gonna see. This is my first live coding, and I'm out of coffee. Oh, I'm not quite out of coffee. I've been. There's not very much coffee in here, and I've been stretching it as long as I can. Hopefully, it will get done here. Okay. So it's recompiled. Now, one of the things I want to do is I want to make sure I didn't put any print statements in that are still sitting around, because that's always embarrassing when I send a patch in for review. Yeah, I'm a real streamer. Brent says I'm a real streamer with one viewer. But that's okay. The key thing to this is I'm mellow streaming, right? So the key thing to this whole thing is I'm going to stream often. Like, I just spent an hour. It's a normal Monday morning. I got some time. I'm going to fix a Sakai bug. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to stream it. Now, if you find that boring, just don't watch. It's going to be very boring. And I'm not going to script it, right? I'm not going to figure out what the bug is before and then just show me fixing it. That's like really, really boring. Hey, if you're interested in Sakai merch, you can go click on the link in the description below. I'm such a streamer now. If I'm telling people to click on the link in the description below. What the heck is that shadow up there? Chat. I'm not watching my chat. Where is the chat? How come I can't see my chat? Oh, maybe I screwed up. Is that the pop chat out button? Pop dashboard. I don't see chat, Brent. My stream seems good. Top chat. Concurrent viewers. Where's the chat? Live chat. Oh, I got a streamer. Compile and work. Hello and good morning. Okay, I'm better. Yeah, it's there. You're right. I just had the wrong drop down. I had the wrong drop down. So I had the wrong drop down. But hey, live and learn. This is the first experiment. Now I'm in live chat, and the only person chatting to me is my son. But that's okay. He helps me with social media. So this is an experiment. This is boring, but I think it might be educational for a certain set of people that want to know how to fix a Sakai bug. Because I did. I mean, it's only an hour. I'm pretty close to fixing the bug. Okay, stop talking to Brent. Let's start back to fixing Sakai bug. Okay, so we're in Site Manage. We already verified that looper shows up, which it does, and that pie-free does not show up, which it's not supposed to, right? So to review, if we look in pie-free, this is pie-free, and it is only selectable from lessons. I should check to make sure it still shows up in lessons, and I have particularly not said to be placed in site level navigation. So let's do a little more testing in honor of Andrea, because then Andrea will test it. I can see if let's go add learning app. Let's see if it shows up here. Oh, no, that's interesting. It's not showing up. Oh, no, I know why. To show up in lessons, it needs to have this link checked, because that particular thing of lessons is a content item. And so I'm going to save this, and then I'm going to hit refresh on this page, and there it is showing up. Because this page not only says this is a launchable content item link, is what that is. And so that's why, and that's really cool. It's cool for me to be able to go and zap a placement, put it in, and have it appear. And so it does appear in lessons when I've got it set right. No extra bug statements, which is cool. It keeps me from being embarrassed. So now what I do is I'm going to quit out of here, and I'm going to do a get status to see. I've got get diff looking good. So now, oh hey, I never start. Oh, where's my Jira list? Sakai, Jira's where are we at? Short list. Boom. So here's the thing. I didn't start progress on this. I'm going to start progress because, and I think, let me check to see if this other one is, I got merge. That's a please merge. So I'm going to make this one a please merge too, so that can go back into our 23x branch, and it's in progress. So now I'm going to make a patch. So what you do to make a patch is I grab the Jira number, and if I do a get remote -v, you see that I'm in my origin is csev Sakai get, and so I'm going to say checkout in my repo -b. Oops. So I'm going to make a branch that's exactly the same as the Jira number. Yeah. There you go. I'm talking too much and not doing the right thing. But I haven't done this in a while. Now, you get status, it's still there. I know, idempotent, I'm going to ignore that. Get commit -a, Yeah, we'll just delete this because I didn't put it into my little project that I keep running there. And then the format of a commit message is, and Earl's very picky about this, only show LTI when, because these are short, site manage LTI only when placement is checked. It's still too long. Okay, it'll be okay. Somehow GitHub just doesn't like it if those things are too long, but it's hard to describe it, and Earl likes these to be descriptive. Okay, I'm going to add one more word, even though too long. Nav placement is checked. Boom. Now I say git push origin to the Jira number, and then I go into GitHub and go into my Sakai Jira, and now I'm going to do a pull request, right? So it's in my, this is the Sakai Jira, but it's like, hey, Chuck had recent pushes, and so let's do a pull request into Sakai. So this will notify the rest of the developers. Okay, let me have the whole line, which I like. And I'm going to create a pull request in. So now that will be in the pull requests, in our queue of pull requests. Look, there I am. I'm in the list of things to be reviewed. There's a few other ones, right? But now, if I go into that pull request, you can see it's running, and we're doing a whole bunch of tests, and they're building it and running lint on it, etc. So at this point, if I'm not mistaken, I refresh on this. Oh, no. That's 49661. Is that the one I'm doing? Yeah. How come this guy doesn't already know? Well, oh yeah, here we go. So Jira now knows from a automatic workflow perspective that there's a pull request and the build's incomplete, and so we got some cool connections between Jira and GitHub so that the tracking is going on, and away we go. And I will try to stream boom. Yeah. So I hope that worked well. Oh, maybe I screwed up and didn't show you my screen on that last time. Oh well. Here's my screen. Okay. That'll teach me when I do an aside and talk to you directly to make sure that I get the screen back up. Where's my chat guy? Yeah, best streamer ever. So so I think I'll wrap it at hour and 4. It took me an hour and 4 to fix that one. I was a little rusty, and it's a site action, which is a lot of work. But I mean, just because it's a switch statement, it's got case statements. I think some software developers were kind of overactive and just used things that might not be. That really needs to be a couple of different files, but it is what it is. And you saw that I could go through it and put print statements in and trace the code and kind of ignore the other, 50 paths through there, just figure out my path. My biggest confusion was the fact that site ID being null was normal. It took me like 15 minutes to realize, oh wait, site ID is null is normal because this is the new site creation code path rather than the site update code path. And the site update code path I'd had working all along. That's what worked in the previous Jira. So see you later. Sakai merch in the description. I'm going to turn off streaming. See you next time.